Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I had some awkward experiences today at work that I want to share, and I'll start with the first one. The first one was my boss's boss was leaving her office, and she said something like "time to get out of Dodge" or something. I'm pretty sure it's a movie quote from a Western, and I just looked at her like a deer caught in headlights, like it was total dead eyes, like just brain fog, like just complete blank. And she got cringed out so fucking hard, and that was obvious to me. I don't know exactly what she said, but she was walking by, and then I kind of just cringed out like that. Fumbled the ball, whatever you want to say, and she just was like under her breath, like, "Yep," or something like to that effect. And I had a bit of recovery with it because she was in the fridge and she said someone stole her kombucha. I said, "Oh, someone stole your drink." That's, I don't know, some kind of small talk. And then, "Oh, see you tomorrow." And I think I played it off a little bit, but that happens to me quite a bit. Like, I used to have a sharp wit back when I was like in middle school and maybe a little bit in high school, but it used to burn me out really fast. Like, I could do like bursts of extroversion where I'm like really chatty and kind of doing like all the smiles and one-liners and stuff, but then I go home and I need to lay down and draw the blinds and just kind of just try to shut my brain off. And I feel like everything is at a speed now where it's too fast for me to keep up. And I mean, I could see that being the case for a lot of people, but I mean, like, even before, when life wasn't, it was still even a little bit too fast for me. And I feel like I need to manually process a lot of interactions, and I spend a lot of time doing that. And I get out and I go to work, or I go to the gym or the grocery store, and any time a conversation happens, I play it out in my head again and again, and I kind of try to reverse engineer all the possibilities. And it takes a long time for me to do that, and it's tiring. And anyways, back to the point. So I cringed her out with that, and like I feel like I give off like Jeffrey Dahmer vibes a lot of the time. Like, when I'm doing customer service and I know the talking points in the building, I can do that without getting burnt out too much, because it's such a limited limited opportunities and things that can happen. Like, it's almost like a script that you follow, and you don't get into the deep waters of like social interaction, I guess, and the awkwardness. And then YouTube as well. I can get on here and it's a format. It's like a podcast, a vlog format, or whatever other videos I'm doing, and I can just knock it out, and I can articulate myself fairly good on here. I've been getting compliments saying that I've been articulating the way I feel extremely well. And I mean, that kind of gets to my next point is after this awkward interaction, I was just fucking left with that, and it was like, fuck. And every time I screw up a social interaction like that, and I mean, like, I could have just forced a smile and a nod, but then people see through that, and then you're just like this weird smile and nod guy, and no one respects the smile and nod guy. So I'm slowly progressing to where I can get kind of the responses down in a reasonable time and articulate articulate myself better in a interaction like this would have been. I could have had a response, but then my feelings is then like, what is my response going to be? How friendly is my response going to be? Like, is too much? Am I an ass kisser to the boss? Like, is this never going to end and I'm going to have to keep giving more and more, and then my mental energy is going to be drained? Is it going anywhere? Like, what's this about? I think she just kind of wants to talk to the staff, and I don't know. But anyways, then I felt like, well, what would make this better? Instead of just sitting here internalizing this and feeling horrible that I dropped the ball on such a small thing. Like, she's not going to think about this. And if she is, then like, I'm not sure, but anyways, so I walked out and I said, well, instead of internalizing this, I want to start a new conversation with some other people, keep the ball moving, and just not, like, it's like you get knocked down 9 times, get up 10 type thing. So I go to these other guys and I start talking to them. And one guy saw me the week before go to a salsa dancing lesson thing at the building, and he said, oh, how did that go? And now I'm remembering that didn't go well. It was like the same thing as what I just described. And like, he was talking and I was kind of processing his stuff, and like, man, I'm slow with this, and I didn't really have a real conversation with him. I was kind of pivoting the conversation and deflecting because I didn't know like what the hell to say to this guy. But the salsa wasn't very good because I was slow at it. And I don't know if I really wanted to even learn salsa. I just kind of wanted to see if I could meet some people there, which I didn't, because I didn't know any social skills or how to really talk. So I danced one dance or so and wasn't good. And I mean, like, if you're going to try to meet like girls through that, like, obviously they're going to want somebody who can dance good, and like, you're going to try to impress them, and then I'm going to come home and practice the dance moves and go. But like, I mean, like, I guess I could have just been talking more, trying to get out of my shell more, but like, there's really nothing there. Like, I'm on like the first gear of like a very slow lawnmower here. Like, I'm not fully with it. I'm not a Ferrari over here. I'm taking my time with things that most people don't take their time with. So there was one girl that was kind of sitting next to me, and like, I don't even know like if she wanted to talk but I didn't have any small talk because I have really not much going on. I don't really know how to kind of feel out a situation where I can kind of, like, I was asking like the basic questions of like, oh, how long have you been dancing? And then I just was basically like quizzing them like on dancing. Like, I just had like a list of questions about dancing, and the conversation didn't go anywhere. It was one-ended, and it lasted maybe 60 seconds, and then we just sat next to each other silent for maybe 2 minutes until she was like, what the fuck? And then she got up and just walked away, and then she sat by herself like at the other end of the place away from me. So that's kind of crazy, like, because I don't have any, like, I want to make people feel comfortable, but I don't know how to do that really. And like, if somebody's walking towards me, I mean, like, I don't even know where I was going to go with that, but like, they make eye contact and like, they don't say hello. I'll nod. Sometimes they don't nod back, but sometimes I say hello. I don't know who's supposed to say hello, but really awkward. And I mean, I think my boss's boss is just wanting to feel normal and kind of talk to the riffraff of the employees almost, because I think she's very old money, generation money, where she probably grew up private school and that kind of thing, and her opportunity to kind of blend in with the workers is probably something that she feels is kind of cool, and I kind of dropped the ball on that for her. But I mean, like, the other option would be that she likes me and not like all the workers, and then that would be even more thinking I'd have to put into that and awkwardness. And I don't want to have her see this video. She won't, and I don't want like people to be thinking that I'm thinking like crazy about that, or being like even more cringe. But like, if I'm in the cringe, I gotta explore the cringe here. Like, if she was into like the younger man type thing, like I did have like a in high school there was an older woman that used to buy me chicken and stuff when I volunteered. But like, I mean, like, if that was the case, because she did say that she liked my haircut and she was kind of trying to make small talk with me, so I mean, it could have been that. And then, man, like, if I like just dead-eyed Jeffrey Dahmered her and that's what she was trying to do, well, that's even more cringe. And then it's like, now is that going to be like a big awkward thing? Like, so I'm kind of walking around like this kind of like slow speed Mr. Bean kind of, that gets his feelings hurt quite a lot, and all I really feel is like emptiness and shame, and I don't really know how to blend in with people. And I feel like people are in their own flow states, and my flow state is a lot slower, turtle speed, and people are rabbits out there trying to, I don't know, but a lot of people are fake smiling and stuff. I don't know how fake smiling comes natural to somebody. And like, when I was in middle school and I was kind of really faking the extroversion, like I would do a smile and then like someone would walk away, and like it would be like the smile would go away like instantly, and that kind of thing would creep people out if they saw you do that. Like, if you're like smiling and they go and then it just goes away, like, I don't know, but a lot of people are doing that now. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the fake smile guy. I want to be smiling when I want to smile. I want to be talking to somebody who's on a level playing field as me and on like the same wavelength as me. And sometimes I get that. Sometimes you go by feel, you go by vibe. And I didn't get any of that today. I didn't get any equal vibes. Everyone was on a different wavelength. And so this guy with the salsa, like, I didn't tell him like, yeah, I sat by someone and then like I was just awkward and then they walked away, and I don't like dancing, and like I don't have social skills to pick up any of the girls. Because he was saying that, he was like, oh well, there's girls here, there's girls there. Like, he was saying like you should be doing this to like get out and get some dates. And like, I agree with him, and that's like, people are trying to help me. They see I'm hurting, they see I'm drowning over here, and it's so embarrassing for me. And I'm realizing this, but I'm not realizing it at the same speed as other people. And I think that's my main problem that I've been having with social interactions. Is just because I have that loading screen to process things. Because when I was younger, I wouldn't process things, and it wouldn't be that way, but I would just kind of be a fake it till you make it. I would just kind of say what I hear everyone else saying and going with the crowd. But I want to be more of an individual, and I want to think about things, and it takes me a long time to think. So I spend a lot of time reflecting, and sometimes my reflections end with me endlessly Googling things to see, are people thinking like this? Are they thinking like this? How do I have a context to this in a historical way? Is there something that says something like this in a psychology text? I have a long list of Google searches and Wikipedia searches trying to just kind of reverse engineer everything from interactions to politics to everything. And that's a problem too, the isolation that comes with the smartphone and trying to just learn things through a computer screen rather than getting out in the world and learning them in real time. But I feel like learning them in real time opens yourself up for such rejection and embarrassment. And I feel like things are moving fast to where all I feel is those rejections and embarrassments. And they pile up and they crush me. And I felt that today. And it's probably an overreaction, and I probably just need to break some kind of cycle to get out of this, but I'm not sure how to fake smile. I'm not sure how to find my people that have the same vibes as me and are going at the same speed as me. So I wanted to just make that video, and I hope everyone's having a good day, and like and subscribe, and thanks for watching this.